Andy Stevenson for SevereMMA, standing alongside the game. Sorry, now let me get this right. Pedro Carvalho.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a 7 out of 10.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
It's a far cry from Pedro Carvalho.
No, like it's been so many years, and I know it's hard for someone that is native language is English to say Pedro Carvalho. So Pedro Carvalho Carvalho is okay.
Okay, thank you. Here with the game, co-main event, Bellator 291 against, hang on, Jeremy Kennedy.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. This isn't certain.
I am the show, so we're just gonna be there for me to shine. That's
I appreciate you being the professional one here anyway, remember.
All good, no, all good. It's a great matchup. He's a good fighter, but like I said so many times, this is my time. This is my time to shine. This is my time to show the world what I've been said all this time and to prove it. It doesn't matter. He's just gonna be there presently. I'm gonna be there shining.
We last spoke right after your fight against Mads Burnell, a fantastic performance. You rightly received your apology for doubting or for being proven wrong. How do you reflect back on that performance?
Very happy, very happy. I'm always very criticized about myself every time, but I was pretty happy with that one. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think it was my best performance to date. Most of people will, of course, remember maybe the Derek Campos fight where I just went through, but to be honest, there was in concerns of like, except Patricio Pitbull, it was probably the toughest test to date, and I think in a way I made it look easy, but I never wasn't dangerous. I was always under control on the fight, and I was very happy with that performance.
I think a lot of people would say it was your most complete performance all around against a high caliber opponent such as Mads Burnell. This fight is, to me, a #1 contender fight. Is that how you're viewing this fight against Jeremy Kennedy?
This fight was settled that way. This is the #1 contender fight. After this fight, I'm fighting for the belt. Unless, there's some, I don't know, someone, but, I was thinking about only McKee, but McKee is stuck now with the tournament, so I think this is it. After this fight, I'm fighting for the belt.
Were you happy to get it? Because, you talked about it right after the fight. It was likely that you were going to get the winner, and Jeremy Kennedy won his last fight. Were you surprised? Were you unsure that you might get this fight? Were you confident that you were going to get it?
No, I was confident enough that because except the winner of that fight, who else will of course sometimes things happen in very weird way, but it only makes sense to get the winner of that fight. Happily I got it, happily we are settled, and happily I'm 3 weeks away to become #1 contender.
Yeah, and so you're here in SBG Ireland, as we said before, not just training here but living here. What is your day like? What is a day in the life of Pedro Carvalho like at SBG?
It's to be honest, nothing changes. I always lived in the gym, if I can say so, because training is my life, pursuing that idea to be the best and be able to have the skill set to prove that I'm the best was always my biggest obsession in life. So to be honest, nothing really different. It's just like the amount of time in it. But to be honest, I remember back in the day when I was cleaning toilets, I was pretty much, even though I was working part-time, I was still spending my time, the rest of my daytime in the gym. So when I say all day, every day, it is all day, every day.
You were cleaning toilets?
Yeah, before I got my Bellator contract, I was working in Talag Hospital as a cleaner, cleaning toilets, and and training and fighting.
Well, I never knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I remember I got the fight against Daniel Crawford, and 2 weeks before I quit from the job. So I came to the gym and everyone like, you weren't supposed to be working. I was like, I quit. And why did you quit? And I said, like, because I don't want any doubts going to this fight or thoughts about like, hey Pedro, if you lose the fight, don't worry, you still have your job. So I put myself in a position where I'll win or I'll win. And yeah, that was it. And
total commitment.
No, it is what it is, and not only total commitment, but totally confidence about my work, the work of my coaches, the work of my teammates, the work of everyone around here that we are doing. And I knew that fight was mine. And every time I'm going to that cage, it's always been like that. You know, I trust not only in my work, but I trust in the people around me that we are doing the right things in the right time. And right now, I never was so sure that we are on the right path, especially to become world champion.
I think one of the impressive traits that stands out to me most about you is the commitment, and there's a few guys in the gym who are like that. I just spoke with Richie Smullen. He's another guy who's just like that. You put up a post recently about your kids and about the motivation is obviously for the fight, but your biggest motivation in life is your children. You're going to get to see them this weekend, right?
Yes. Thankfully, they are coming 4 days to stay a bit with me, and it's good for the brain to reset a little bit, to be with them, and just enjoy, and because I said it too many times before I had them, it was me and pretty much my career, my main thing. But after becoming a dad, you truly stop to become selfish, and because now you have someone depending on you. And man, in what concerns of me and what I can do, nothing will ever miss them. And when I go out there, and when on February 25th, and I'll be there, I'm not going to be there only for me. I'm going to be there for them. And man, when I say that I'm going to be there for them, it's a very dangerous thing to be on the other side of the cage against me.
It's a very it's a level of professionalism to be able to say, look, I got to come here, I got to separate, I got to put everything I have into becoming the best fighter I can be and becoming a world champion. But that's got to be so difficult. How difficult is it to leave your kids behind in Portugal and be like, right, I'll see you, in a few months, or I don't even know sometimes, probably.
Very, very difficult. It's very hard for me to talk, because it is very hard, especially now because my oldest is 4, my youngest is nearly 2, and now every time they get older, the bound because they start to do new things, and yeah, it's very tough, but it has to be done because I'm not only here to be Pedro world champion, I'm here to secure their future. And to me, be able to do things properly, it has to be like this, and there's no way but no looking back. It's just going forward, and once my hand is raised, it'll all be worth it. Once I bring the check home and I able to give my family a comfortable life that I never dreamed to have when I was a kid, is just, it's great. It's great to be able to give them that.
Are you a different person at home versus when you're here as, Pedro the fighter versus the Pedro the dad?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, yeah, but no, when I'm here, I'm all about work, but the Pedro joker, the Pedro joking around all the time, that one is the same. The only thing that I think differs me being here from when I'm in home, it's pretty much when I'm home, I kind of nearly 100% switch off MMA. When I'm in Portugal, the only thing that make me being a fighter is actually because I just keep training. Because if you take the training out of the picture, I'm just a normal dude, you know, with my family, and that's the way I want it to be. Because when I'm preparing for fights, I'm spending so much time away from them. The minimum I can do is be there 100% for them when I'm there, physically.
You know, you're still only 27 years old. It's pretty uncommon, I feel like, for someone, you know, you were what, 25 when you got the world title shot originally, 24, 25, to now be in a position where it feels like you're on the precipice of reach, you know, getting to that summit again. Do you feel different?
Very different, very, very different. I feel the main thing that I can say, mature, and from their maturity that I got, especially from the loss of Patricio Pitbull, it came so much thing behind, and the maturity gave me like a different point of view, not only to my career but to my life. And of course, it wasn't only the Patricio fight, because then I messed up. It was the JJ Wilson fight, and more recently that fight we all know against Piotr, that even though, like I say, I still believe that I won it, it gave me a great lesson, and the main thing, the maturity that I got from the loss of Patricio fight gave me, it was a great tool to pick it up, those losses, and just made me the most completely version that I can ever be. And right now I can say 100% sure that I have all the tools, and I'm 100% confident about that. And I just said recently, before I fight Patricio, my confidence was just confidence. It's hard to explain, but it was just confidence. I'm a confident guy, and I was winning, and the confidence with a bit of ego was growing and growing and growing, and that can be poisoning, and it was. Right now, my confidence is not me. It's just what I'm doing. I know that I'm doing right, and the place that I am, the things that I'm doing, those are the things that are giving me confidence. So it's a real confidence. It's not like I don't want to say fake confidence, but it's a more touchable thing.
Confidence based on the work, you know, confidence in the work and the output and the results that you're seeing, rather than just, you know, something up here.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
You're talking about, you know, the growth, the maturity, that you're a different fighter now, from almost like a personality or emotional perspective, but from your actual fighting, your technical fighting skills. What is the difference between you now and you then? Because the last performance, I think, was the best performance of your career. Like, you look, seeing you around the gym, you seem confident, but you seem like a better fighter than you used to be.
I am a better fighter than I used to be, and that's my goal. That was always been my goal, but I had a lot of new things in my camps, a lot of new approaches, a lot of new things, and it was just like a kind of failing system where I'm gonna do it, and it fails and I correct it, and I think I got it until it fails and I correct it, and I think I just got the best possible recipe right now. And the best result of that was the Mats Burnell fight. That fight just showed that finally I got the recipe for the main dish. And right now I'm just carry on things, because I know I am on the place that I need to be, and working wise also on the place that I need to be. Like I've said again, I'm a way mature fight. I think everything, I'm not gonna say that I'm on my prime, because that will probably gonna only happen in 4 years time, but I think I'm on the best possible place that I can be, and I know this place is going to be the start of something very big.
You walk out with the Irish flag, the Portuguese flag, you make the walk down the cage doors closes. What happens between you and Jeremy Kennedy?
He gets battered. that's what's gonna happen between me and him. You know, this guy's been calling me. This guy's been, I know he's been underrated me. For sure he thinks maybe after I beat Masvidal, he doesn't have the same strong opinion about me being the easiest fight in the division. But all there doesn't mean bullets for me, because I'm going out there, I'm going to prove once again they are wrong, and again, it's not about them, it's about me and me winning that fight. That's it.
You feel like he has been underrating you though, that he's been overlooking you?
Yeah, from the way that he talks, from the amount of times that he called me, because he's been calling me for 2 years, you know, it's the way, it's the little things, and you know, I'm not dumb. I know there are people underestimated me. He wasn't the only one. Masvidal was one of them. But I don't care. My whole life I was underrated, underappreciated, and it's not the first time. It won't be the last. And if there's a thing good, even better than winning, is prove people wrong. I love that, but I love that especially when the other guys on the other side of the cage. The rare way I can leave a mark on him and he won't forget it, to never fucking underrated me again.
So it sounds like it adds to your fuel, like, you know, fighting a guy like this who you think is underrating you, it makes you want to go in there even more.
Yeah, like, yes and no. Of course, it will give me pleasure to beat him, but I'm cold-blooded, and because when it's go time, it's just go time. I'm not gonna see him like the Jeremy Kennedy. I'm just gonna be someone else that I have to beat and do my job. You know, I'm professional. I don't mix personal feelings with being there. That's a mistake to do it, and I never made that mistake, and you know, I don't plan to make it again.
How do you get the job done on February 26th?
You know, we'll see. We'll see. Again, my approach is the same. I'm go out there to win. If the opening shows up, a knockout, submission, I'll take it. I do believe I'm going to finish him. But again, like Masvidal, I just go there to win. That's my focus. That's what I'm working, and that's what I'm going to get it. If I'll do it with the finish or not, we'll see.
Pedro, I really appreciate the time. Pedro Carvalho taking on Jeremy Kennedy in the co-main event at Bellator Dublin in just a short few weeks. Tune in on Virgin Media and wherever else you're going to watch it on. Enjoy the time with the kids this weekend. I know it means a lot, and best of luck with the fight. Appreciate the time as always.